Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I just had a very strange experience. And I'm going to have a rum and cola, and we're going to talk about it. Yeah, let me, of course, remind new viewers that I am drinking in this video because I just have alcohol sitting around. I drink so rarely that I have, things like that this is 2 years out of date and I need to drink it. So this is not out of date, I don't think. Yeah, this is fine. I've come up with the idea of I'm going to drink during these videos in order to give myself something to do, be honest and open. And it's a vehicle for enhancing the video, is what it's supposed to be. So, I mean, not a big fan of alcohol, to be completely honest with you, but it's one of those experiences. And, again, for every 1,000 subscribers I get, I do purchase one of these bracelets from the company 4Ocean. 4Ocean then pulls a pound of trash out of the ocean every time I do that. So I am giving the entire world an opportunity to do something for a better environment for free. And there are trolls that say, why don't you just do that because it's the right thing to do? It's like, well, it would be the right thing to do for you to then support me so I can have the money to do that, because fixing the world is expensive and we all kind of need to pitch in here. Anyway. So I had this very strange experience. I actually drank, it's still here, this energy drink. This is a Game Fuel watermelon something or other, extreme focus. A G Fuel Performance Energy Watermelon Lemonade, to be exact. And, I made a video. I forget what the video was about. It's on the card in the computer, in the camera at this moment. And I was sitting there going, I'm going to get some work done. It's late. And then I went and took a 6-hour nap. Not only did I take a 6-hour nap directly after drinking an energy drink, I dreamed that I was in bed taking a nap. I dreamed that I was where I was. I knew I was where I was, but I was asleep, cognitive of my environment, still hearing the sounds around me. I dreamed that I was exactly doing what I was doing. It was very strange. Although there were these loud banging sounds that seemed to be coming from somewhere outside my house. I don't know what that was. It sounded like they were coming from down the street or something like that. And it just, as an experience, this was very strange. You expect an energy drink to wake you up, not make you fall asleep, but in addition to outdated things in my house, I actually have a supply of my medication for depression. And much like with the energy drink, the medication for depression, it doesn't hype me up and give me energy. It makes me sleep. And, some people have the inverse effect. Not everybody is affected the same way by everything. I know a person who, if I gave them this bottle, they would probably just take the cap off and drink the whole thing. They might mix it with something, but this would be disappearing within the next 4 hours if they got it. They react very strongly to alcohol. I don't. I have what's called an SSRI, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. And that means that, every now and again my brain says, do this. And my brain then tells my brain, don't. I'm not going to take that message. And the neurotransmitter, the thing that you use to tell the brain to do that, gets taken back into the part of the brain that said it, So it's like, I guess what's happening is I'm getting the message, you're tired, it's time to sleep. And my brain is saying, no, you're not. So what this does is it's sort of like, it's a megaphone for my brain to tell my brain what to do. So it makes me sleep. So I had taken that medication earlier in the day, and for some reason, I guess maybe it just kicked in when I had the energy drink, and the caffeine just didn't wake me up. It's a very strange world we live in. I mean, the weirder thing being that I fell asleep and dreamed that I was sleeping. And it's like, was I just in a deep sleep? I didn't have any weird, like Santa Claus shows up and gives me a hamburger sort of dreams. But, I had this experience. And one of the interesting things about alcohol is that alcohol and selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors compete for the same reactive sites in the brain. So drinking alcohol probably had something to do with how much impact the medication had. It's just one of those things is that, you're supposed to take the medication at the start of your day. Most people are supposed to do that. I am supposed to take it as, before I sleep because of what it does to me. Although, over time, the impact of what it does to me will probably lessen because, I probably needed a lot of sleep. So that's just one of those things, is that if you needed a lot of sleep, it would have just knocked you the heck out. But I mean, it's like there was one guy who was drinking and he was on an SSRI, and, he said, wow, I really got drunk. I mean, he said he pissed on a security guard and, got into a fight with his dad and so on and so forth. And it's like, yeah, because what happens is that the alcohol is sitting in your system and the SSRI has sort of gotten between the alcohol and your brain. So here's your brain, here's the SSRI, and over here is alcohol, and it's sort of waiting its turn. And then the SSRI basically gets burnt up, and, suddenly all of that alcohol that's been sitting in your system hits your brain, and you just, bam. So it's one of those things is that, if you're taking an SSRI, you definitely should not go out and drink, or at very least, you should never drink and drive, but you should even less drink and drive because alcohol can stay in your system quite a bit longer and hit you quite a bit harder when you take an SSRI. So it's like, yeah, it's a very strange experience. Wouldn't say it was a bad experience. I mean, if I needed to sleep, I should sleep. I once went, a week without sleeping because I didn't have my medication, and that was when I got my medication. I after that got my medication back, and then I was fine. But yeah, really strange experience. Anyway, that was all I wanted to share with you today. Thank you for being here and listening to me. I'm Richard. Oogog, Ergonog.
Senior Ducky say YouTube gods need long outro so I can tell you comment, like, and subscribe so that this channel can pull trash out of ocean by buying matrices from 4Ocean. Also, links to new video now appear. Comment, like, and subscribe, or be cursed by Ugatha. Senior Ducky approves.